I'll continue talking about variables and basic arithmetics in Python using the IPython console. Um, so let's look at a little bit more math operators. For example, there is a modulo operator which returns you the remainder for the integer division, right? So 5 divided modulo 5 would be 0, or 6 modulo 3 would be 0 as well. If I do 6% 4, it will be 2. So be careful when you use the percent sign, because it means it's meaning not transparent. All right. The other function I'd like to introduce is rounding. Right. When we deal with engineering calculations, it's important that we don't carry more significant figures than needed. However, when computer spits out some result of a calculation, right, we introduce a is 1, b is 3, and if I do calculate a divided by b, I will get this number, which you certainly don't want to use if you're writing some report, if you're writing a paper, if you're doing calculation for some project. So you want to round it, right? The reason you want to introduce this function because you don't want to do it manually. So you can use the function round for this a divided by b, and you specify the number of figures. All right, and you probably noticed that when I was typing that, Python gave me a hint, right? It gave me a hint on the syntax of this function. In fact, there are several ways to look up syntax for the functions and in general more information about different Python elements. Well, in addition to these pop-up hints, you can type the name of the function and the question mark and press enter. It will spit out this information about the function, so it's the way it looks and what it does and what it returns, right? And the type that it returns. Another way, you can type the name of the function round and then press Command I, and then the information on this function will appear here in the help window, in the help tab. Another option would be to type help and then the name of the function you're looking for help. And finally, and I think that's often the most transparent and the most informative, you can Google for it. So you can Google, well, I don't know, mathematical. I know I'm not typing in Google. I know I'm typing in my IPython console. But if I don't want this to be executed, I put this number sign in front. So an option would be to Google for rounding numbers in Python. I'm sure you'll find something. Since I put these symbol here, the IPython interpreter did not execute this string. This string is a comment. You can add it in the beginning of the line, and then the entire line won't be executed, or you can use it in the end of the line so that everything which goes after it won't be executed. Let me give you an example. So a equals 1. Or I can say a equals 2, b equals 1. And in this case, while the instruction for A was executed and the instruction for B was not, so B is still 3, like we specified somewhere before, right here. Okay, so a little bit more on the variables. So let's say I have a variable x, which is equal to 2, right? If I type x, it will give me the value for this variable. And then I can introduce a variable y related to x. And, well, obviously, if x squared is 4, so it will be 4 minus 1, it will be 3. Y equals 3. So now I want to assign a new value to my variable x. X is 3, right? And now if I want to find out what y would be still 3, although, well, we wanted y to be calculated using this formula. But we wanted that, but Python doesn't know that. So Python used the value of x, which was assigned to it here before this line, in order to calculate y. And although we changed x, the value of y did not change. So in order to change the value of y, we need to enter this instruction again, and you can do it in the IPython console. If you press up, you will be able to execute the same instruction again. So press up several times, you get to this line which you wanted to execute. So now y is calculated using the new value of x, and if I type y, it will give me the number 8.